What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Erasure. I'm very excited. I did the reaction to the first track from I Say, I Say, I Say, and it seemed like everyone, like not just people who've been following the Erasure reactions up until this point, but a number of people who I think were commenting either for the first time or maybe they've only commented on a few videos. But bottom line, a number of people commented that this is their favorite Erasure album. So yeah, on the heels of Chorus, which probably was my favorite other album so far. I mean, it's hard. It's like I've enjoyed every single one, and there's not even a single tune where I was like, it was sort of a dud. So yeah, it's hard for me to compare, but Chorus was a very special album. So I'm not only intrigued at an album which seems to be getting at least as much, if not more, praise as some of the best work that Erasure has ever done, but I'm also keen to hear how they follow it up sonically in terms of, as I've mentioned a number of times going through Chorus, it did feel like more of like a vivid kind of 90s electronic sound compared to the 80s electronic synth pop sound, which again, I love Wonderland, but over time I have come to realize how it was more in some ways like a simplistic sound compared to what they're doing by the time you get to Chorus. So yeah, I'm curious not only for this album in terms of the huge reputation it clearly has, but also in terms of how it will be a sequel or the next chapter following Chorus. So intrigued by that. We're up to a tune called I Love Saturday, which, I think a lot of people do. Like, obviously, weekends are a time where parties happen. Weekends are a time where people go out to clubs, where they listen to good music, where they have passionate experiences with others. So now, at the same time, I have to point out, blue-collar folk, the weekends they work as much as any other time, which is to say, like, makes me think of that Fight Club bit that, like, we cook your meals, we drive your cars, we watch you while you sleep, and so on. So it is like, part maybe because I listen to a lot of punk rock and I'm constantly thinking about like social and cultural critiques and sort of that angle on issues. It does make me think that weekends can be very different depending on where you are and at what station you are. But ultimately, yeah, I Love Saturday would suggest an exuberance for the weekend, perhaps because you get to see someone, or perhaps because you get to like let it all hang out and sort of truly be yourself and express. Whereas, from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, in your sort of, cubicle or cookie cutter life, you don't actually get that expression or that level of individuality. So it makes me think about an excitement and exuberance for the weekend, perhaps in relation to another person, or just perhaps in relation to oneself and what it means for you and your identity relative to other times. So yeah, we'll have to see how it comes together, but let's check it out. This is Erasure from their 1994 album I Say, I Say, I Say, and it's called I Love Saturday. Hey. Very computer bleepy. I love it. You hear this? I feel like by this point he's doing crazier things with his voice than he was in the first couple albums. Like laser dissension. So it sounds like it is about another person and what they mean to the narrator's life. I think there's some acid in there. How does he sing like that? That's nice though. That melodic layer. Like Andy does make reference to the foolishness of his heart a lot. Or perhaps of all humans to our emotional whims. We can't help what we want. Yeah, a very cool tune. I enjoy the light sort of melody, that one particular element specifically. And again, it's like there are moments where like he comes in so high and golden, it's like that has to be a woman, and then he'll sort of like bend it and twist it to the point where like the deeper side comes in by the end of the line. So it's like even within one line, his vocal range is just like magnificently displayed. So big ups to Andy, big ups to Vince once again. Yeah, so it sounds like, you know, it is about another person and perhaps specifically the interactions and the experiences they have on Saturday nights, on the weekend. It does sound like there were a couple times where I heard like, I think, I know you love me, or there was another line that was longer, which like maybe there's more to it than just that. Maybe it's like, it's about his perception or it's conditional based on something else. But it does sound like on some level he does think that the other person is very much in love with him, so that like this doesn't sound fruitless, or this doesn't sound like unrequited love. So yeah, it sounds like a reciprocation on some level at least. So yeah, I feel like maybe it was heading in some of the directions I was thinking in advance, but do let me know if there's a couple lines in particular that are insightful. And yeah, someone mentioned, I think, was it, oh, who was it? I'm blanking on it in the moment, but someone mentioned that this album has a lot of really great bleeps and bloops in it. That track in particular, there was a very bleepy bloopy sort of melody. There were some like bass elements that were acidic, if not outright a 303, that had a very sort of bubbly kind of bleepy sort of sound. So you know, after just a couple tracks, I am already picking up on that. So in a way, I think that helps answer or gets at the question that I was asking of how do you follow up an album like Chorus sonically? So yeah, I feel like I've already gotten part of the answer. Surely there will be more parts to that answer going forward. So yeah, let me know what you think of the tune. Other than that, I will see you next time. Peace.